just if I can respond, I know you're frustrated, but so am I. Let me tell you why I'm frustrated. Senator Coons came to me, I think with Senator Booker, and said, listen, Trump's saying some pretty wild things about Mueller and the Russian hoax and all that good stuff. And I said, yeah, he needs to knock it down a notch. So we introduced legislation, myself, Senator Tillis, Senator Grassley, with Democrats, to let the president know that we believe Special Counsel Mueller should be allowed to do his job, and you shouldn't fire him or any other special counsel unless you have cause. The president believes he and his family were abused by the system. He's pissed off. He thought the whole thing was a hoax. I listened to what he had to say, but I trusted Mueller to do his job. We were able to get Mueller to conclusion. Now, once we find out that the Mueller investigation was run by people who hated Trump's guts, dripping with partisanship, nobody seems to care. Well, we can't figure out if their hatred for Trump had any effect on their actions. Well, I don't think you have to be that smart to put the puzzle together, but we're going to keep trying. And Mr. Horowitz said he didn't know if the senior top-level officials of the FBI knew about the subsource disavowing the document, but that's something you would want to know. It matters to me whether or not the number 2 guy at the FBI, Comey himself, knew the document was no longer reliable and kept using it. And you can't answer that question. None of you can. But I'm going to get the answer to that question. And I want to find out why they kept going after Flynn when everybody who'd looked at Flynn said he shouldn't be part of Crossfire Hurricane. We're going to have to do that by ourselves. Y'all could care less. This really says a lot, I think, not good about this committee. But having said that, we're going to go wherever the evidence takes us, and I'm going to try to answer some basic questions about how I got so off the rails and try to explain to the public why the FISA court was so upset. And I don't know if anybody's going to go to jail. People went to jail in the Mueller investigation. Well, I think there's some people who are real good candidates for going to jail for manipulating the FISA application process and abusing the rule of law. So we're going to keep going. And the reason I'm doing this, you've made it abundantly clear you don't agree with what I'm doing. You think I'm in Trump's pocket. I get all of that. It's not lost on me of what you think. And I'm sad because I like you all. But to expect me to punt, you can forget it. We're not going to punt. We're not going to have a rule of law for Republicans and a rule of law for Democrats, where it's okay to turn the Republican nominee's life upside down. And when you find out there was abuses in that system, not to ask questions how that happened and make sure it never happens again to anybody. So we're gonna keep pressing forward. I just now know up front, I'd be an idiot to believe that you're going to help me. You're not. And you can fight. And if you want to hear from Mueller, we'll hear from Mueller. You want to know why Flynn's case was dropped? I want to know too. I promise you they'll have to come in here and answer that. But off we go.